Hi there. So this will be a quick introduction section to our infrastructure. So let's get started. First of all, I have uploaded the project on GitLab like you requested. I was waiting for you to send me an other invitation invite on this @web developer SN account, but you were not able to, so I just created a group. Let me know when you will send me an invite. I will just push it there, or otherwise I have given you owner access on this group, so you should have received email on your like invitation email on your Gmail, the one which we are using to communicate with each other. So you should have get an owner invite on this group, so you can just like clone it or do whatever you want with it. So now getting started on it, this is the group I created. If I go here, as you can see, I have created 6 different versions of infrastructure. So what I did, I simply created 6 different repos. So just in case, like if you want to share just one specific type of infrastructure with the developer, so you don't have to share like all the other types with it. But just in case if you need all the one combined in one repo just in different branches, I have created that as well. So this group contains 7 different repos, 6 different infrastructure, and one repo containing all of them in different branches. So I will just open this one just to show you. So first of all, the version 1 is just a simple dockerized version of our project. So that's pretty much in it. Then in second version of it, I have implemented some like Tailwind CSS and some of like commonly standardized use packages and etc. So just to make it a bit better starting point for any developer. That's pretty much it. Login and registration like a basic flow implemented in it. Then in third type, this is much better than second one. So this is a view version. So still like a basic auth implemented it in, but in view. So we can get a simple proper SPA single page app using view, and we like that will be much better than just version 2. Again, similar to version 3, I have created version 4, this time using React. So like if somebody is not familiarized with the Vue, but I will say like in the Laravel ecosystem, Vue is much more, you can say, familiarized or common over React. But just in case, I have created a version of React as well, just to cover that scenario as well. Then moving on version 5, let's say like if like the developers you are having are not familiar with Vue and React, which I will not recommend, because Vue and using these two frameworks, we get hundreds and thousands of packages and libraries which we can use to like chart libraries, tables, etc. And that is just much better over simple Blade component. So that is my thought. But just in case if you still want to go with like Blade version of it, then I have created version 5. So it is Livewire. Using this, we will get like a kind of SPA, because SPA is a proper term used for a website created with Vue, React, Angular, AngularJS, Next, Quasar, Ionic, that kind of frameworks. But using this Livewire, we will still get like that feeling. Main benefit in sorry if you already know about this, but just to demonstrate, just in case if you don't already know it, SPA is a kind of website which does not refresh and reload all of its contacts and basic JavaScript and styling files each time you click somewhere. So like if I click here, you see this this website refreshes it. So this is not a SPA. It is loading its styling and JavaScript files on each load. If it were to be a SPA, it will be a simple click. So if I show you like just a simple SPA example. So this is just a website I created long ago. This was just a demo website, nothing special in it. But I created this using Angular. So the benefit with SPAs is that you see like just keep an eye on this icon. So here when I click on anywhere, you see this icon refresh or so this changes. But in SPAs, I click here, this never like refreshes, because it is not refreshing the whole page. It is just like moving in between pages and changing them based on JavaScript. So that is SPA. And like once we load them, the navigation is just too fast. You can see I'm clicking here, and as soon as I click here, it changes. So that is a SPA, a proper one. So using React and Vue, so using infrastructure version 3 and 4, you will get a proper, and also infrastructure version 6. So using any of these three, you will get a proper SPA. Like user click anywhere, it will like load that thing, that component, that page simultaneously, like instantaneously. But using Livewire, you will get almost similar experience. It is still not a proper SPA because it is not bundled and like compiled in JavaScript frameworks. It is still HTML and Blade component, but it is much better than traditional Blade components. So that's why version 5. And just in case if like your developers are, sorry if they are already familiar, I'm just explaining just in case. Livewire is pretty like common, and you can say becoming a standard in Laravel. There are two versions of it, Livewire and Inertia.js. Inertia.js is just a bit old, not old in sense of community. So Inertia.js has much larger community compared to Livewire. So that's what I mean. Version 5 is using Livewire, so this is much, and I will just give a working demo of it in a while. I'm just going through the repos right now. Lastly, like I mentioned, there's version 6. This is like pretty advanced version of our infrastructure. So I will recommend almost almost all of your project to start from here, because this contain like basic authentication, then password, pretty much. I will just show you in a minute, so just bear with me. So this is a really good starting point, and this contains like much of it. So this is, you can say, after that last infrastructure, which is not inside the scope of this task, like because for that I have to like buy a paid license of that tool. Using this like this infrastructure, you are reducing the I won't say you are reducing the development time. So development time is the time needed to develop a project once the developer has started working on it. So this is just a very good starting point for them. So it won't help them reduce the development time. Using that infrastructure, if we decided, and I will strongly advise you to go with that, because using that you will actually reduce your project development cost and time by, if nothing but by 50%. So like if a project is going to cost you $20,000, or say whatever the amount, you can just think of it dividing that amount by 2. And that's pretty much all with the repos and GitLab as well. Let's move on to the actual fun side. I will just demonstrate the working of it. So if I just open this in here and open it in VS Code as well. So in order for them to start the project, all they have to do is run Xion's app. So they can open in a terminal and run Xion's app. And they just have to have a Docker running. That's all there is to it. Once that is the case, it will start up the project and running, and here it will say server is running on default port. And if I now reach out to it on here, you can see this is running. So this is the version 1. Now moving on to the next infrastructure, version 2, which has basic auth implemented. All they have to do in order to stop this is Control C, and it will stop the running server. And once it stop it, here the terminal is back. If I now try to reach it, it is gone. Pretty basic. Now I will just change to the second, and now if like I will just keep the server running in one tab, just so I don't have to close and reopen the tab again, terminal again and again, because it takes 1 to 2 seconds to run on my system. And now all I have to, and one other thing, like if they want to run any composer, PHP, npm, or any like command, that these kind of tools related command, then I have mentioned this in here as well in readme.act as well. So for any command like npm install, composer install, they want to run that, they can just open a bash section using Zion's bash. So now they are inside the container, like and here they can say like composer version, whatever they want to run, it is good. So first of all, just in case, I will run composer install because and npm install, because this also implements the basic auth. So and npm run dev. So once let's wait this to finish. So here it is now, and it is quite, you can say, flexible. If I go here into auth component and change this to login, and I add working, like just demo, and I come here, you can say I didn't even need to refresh it, it will automatically refresh that for me. So that was just for demo, and here it is. So it is quite fast as well. Now moving to, and I will just stop it now. And I will just open another terminal just so I don't have to run bash command again. And now I will change to v3, which is view. So now I'm on view branch, and here you can see the components and change, and we have all the view components. Okay, so this is the v3 view version of it. It is working now here while keeping this npm run dev running. All I have to do for testing here, if I am working or anything, like, just doesn't matter, and go here, it refresh like in real time. I change, like if I try to save and change, you can say it is already there. So it is quite fast. I change, I'm there, and it is already reflected. So it's quite fast. So yeah, I pretty much recommend it. Now moving on to the, and I haven't done any change. Now moving on to the React part, that's pretty much same to it. Okay, so it is done. Now if I go here and refresh, you can see it is working. So here it is. Now again, for demonstration purposes, I will go here and change it something, and again if I save and go, it is already there. So yeah, this is quite, this new white, they replaced it with mix, Laravel mix, so this is quite fast. I quite like it. So yeah, and just for demo purposes, I will just go here and log in as well, and I think I do. Yeah, I will cancel it here, move to just for oh sorry, I need to change it back, and it is fine. Now moving on to the next Livewire. Here again, before it shows me these error, I will just npm install etc and done. Oh, sorry, it should be dev. I messed up. And now I will move to the point where it is done. So it is done. Now if I go here, refresh, it is already refreshed. So here it is. Now again, if I try to log in, here I am. And this version also have a profile tab in it, where if I go, you can see like it can change the password, it can two-factor authentication. This is already implemented. It will ask for password, which I can just give the password, and it will create this authentication code, then section management and lead account. So this is a pretty good starting point for almost any project. Now moving on to the last version of our infrastructure, and just to see, and just to show you a demonstration, login here, because this is Blade, like I already mentioned to you. If I go here and change this to something and go here, it is already reflected. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Now if I check, I haven't changed anything. Now I go to v6 inertia advanced, and like always, I will just composer install, npm install, and npm run dev, and I will move to the point where it is done. So it is done. Now if I go here, it is already refreshed. So again, if I will log in, and now this time it is with view. So last time it was with the Livewire, like Blade components. This time it is with view, and you can see like it got that nice progress bar as well. So if I again log out just for demo purposes and go into here, pages of login, and change anything here, save, and it is already reflected. So well, that's pretty much it. these are our 6 infrastructures. Please let me know if you have any question. Otherwise, like I said, I already have shared this with you. And for any project, I will strongly recommend your developers either start with this V6 or V5. But obviously, like if they don't know React to Vue or Livewire, they can just start with V2. That is just a simple blade component. And if for any reason they want to just start from blank, they can just go with the V1. So that is it. I'm looking forward for your feedback. Please let me know if you have any question. Otherwise, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.